Hello and welcome to Blinkers Off. It's great to be back for another show. And what a show we've got lined up. We're going to preview the Manfred and the Quaddie down at Caulfield with great racing. As well, we're going to take a look at a few stories. And as well, we catch up with Back to the Track with Dave Kelly, where we talk about his runner at Eagle Farm. As well, I'll catch up with Jessica Drury, a young apprentice up from Tamworth who's trying to make a way in the Brisbane metro market. Now, joining me on the show is three-time Sydney Premiership winning jockey and Brisbane Premiership winning jockey Larry Cassidy and General Manager of Tats, Brad Tamer. Welcome, Brad.
Hey, Jess.
How are you?
Excellent.
Good to have you back.
Thank you for having me.
Now, we're going to go through a few of the prizes, take a look at the Blue Diamond and a few of the markets at Caulfield.
Absolutely.
How's it looking?
Yeah, look, I'm not one to generally tip people into favourites, but at this point in time, I must say, just on face value, the chances appear to be well exposed.
Yeah, they do.
They do in the last four at Caulfield. So we might just have to go light and attempt to get the Quaddie and streamline our bet on the weekend. I'm
sure we'll be able to tip the punters into a few winners, guaranteed about that. And also Larry Cassidy. Larry, how you feeling, mate?
Yeah, not too good, Jess. I was stood down on Wednesday by the doctor. I have a hernia which has got quite big over the last couple of weeks and is obviously causing me quite a lot of grief while I'm riding. I go under the knife next Friday and have it fixed and we'll probably be out of action for maybe a month, hopefully only a month.
Like it could be that long you're out of the saddle?
Yeah, most definitely. They said it can be up to 6 weeks, but because I'm pretty fit, hopefully only a month. Hopefully I can shorten that up a little bit because I've got a couple of decent rides coming up.
What exactly is a hernia?
Well, a hernia, it's where your intestines poking out in the tear in your stomach. So what they do keyhole surgery, go in through your belly button and put a mesh on the inside of your stomach, which stops it from coming out. It's like repairing a puncture on your tyre.
Well, hopefully they can repair the puncture.
Yeah, let's hope so. So, look, it's a pretty simple procedure. I think they do thousands of them, and I've got a great doctor doing it. So
maybe they can take out a few intestines, and you can
ride a bit lighter. It's probably I might actually ask him that, Jess.
All right, Brad, let's get into it. Race 5 at Caulfield, the first leg of the Quaddie. Looks to be quite a sort of only a few chances in it.
Yeah, it's probably of the 4 legs, Jess. It's the more open of the legs of the Quaddie. Look, Are There Any was good last time out. It's going to be a wide favourite. Crucial is consistent, rarely wins. Probably going a little further down the list. I've plumped for 5 all with not a great deal of confidence. I think there's probably 4 or 5 winning chances here. So I think that this is the leg you go wide. So I've stuck with 5 all from Darren Weir, absolutely flying the stable at the moment. For second, La Venta for Peter Moody down the bottom. For third, the favourite, Are There Any? We'll throw in Texan Hurley for fourth, number 5. But I think it's a wide leg, that one, the first leg of the Quaddie at Caulfield.
You know myself, I like, you mentioned one there, 3, Are There Any? From the Peter Moody stable, 4th up, over the mile, trained at Caulfield. Ticks all the boxes for me. I just think Moody, his strike rate at Caulfield is very good, and I think he's going to be very competitive, very hard to beat. So I've got 3 on top. Are There Any? From number 6, 5 off, from the Darren Weir stable. Is firing, as you mentioned, Brad. He is fire. And number 2 and 1 a cappella, so 3, 6, 2 and 1. All right, now during the week I was down the track and I caught up with a young jockey, female jockey, Jessica Drury. Now she said she might be coming on the show, so we're looking forward to that. But here I am at Back to the Track talking with Jessica Drury. I'm joined by Jessica Drury, a jockey that's moved here from Tamworth, and welcome to the show, Jessica.
Yeah, thank you, Jesse. Good morning.
It's a lovely morning down here. Now, tell me, you've moved from Tamworth to the Gold Coast and Brisbane. What brought on the move?
I guess I've lived in Tamworth all my life. I grew up there, so and I'm kind of getting to that stage of my life where I'm looking for a change before I have anything to hold me back. So, yeah, bit more racing up here and better tracks. So, yeah.
Now tell me, it might be a bit more racing, but the prize money's not as good?
It's not quite as good. Actually, Queensland jockeys are probably the worst paid jockeys in Australia. Hopefully I can do something to change that now that I'm up here. But yeah, a lot more racing around, not as far travelling between tracks as down home. So should hopefully work out to earn a bit more money up here.
Now being from Tamworth, are you into your country music?
Everyone asks me that, and I just left during the Country Music Festival. It just finished yesterday. Yeah, I guess being a country girl and growing up on farms and that kind of thing, I do like a bit of country music, but I can't say I'm crazy about the festival.
Now tell me, have you ridden a few bulls in your time?
No, never bulls. I've ridden a few steers, but yeah, I'm not that crazy.
So tell me now that you've moved here, you're a fully fledged jockey. How's that been going for you?
Well, it didn't really start off too well. I finished my time and I was only about 8 weeks out of my time, and then I broke my ankle, which saw me 4 months on the sideline, and then I was only back at work for about 2 weeks, and then I broke my other ankle. So I ended up doing about 12 months on the sideline in my first year of my senior year, so that wasn't a real big help, but getting better now, yeah.
Are you riding on Saturday?
No, I don't finish my suspension until next Tuesday, the 4th of February. I got a fair few meetings down in Tamworth. But yeah, so I'll be back next week and hopefully things start to pick up then.
And how's the weight?
I kind of avoid the scales while I'm suspended because I do let myself go a little bit, but I can ride minimum. I never used to have trouble with my weight before I had time off with my ankles, but I'm still struggling a bit to get it down. But once I get it down, it should be a lot easier up here with the humidity. And yeah, so once I get it down, I'll be right.
Some jockeys like Larry on the show, he talks about the humidity. When it's quite hot, it's actually harder to lose weight. Do you find that?
I don't know. I can't really tell you because, like I said before, I did actually have quite a lot of time out with injury. I never had weight trouble. So as an apprentice, I mean, when I was claiming earlier on, yeah, I did have to waste a little bit. But since I outrode my claim, which was about my second year of my apprenticeship, a fair while ago, I haven't really had any trouble. So I find the humidity and you sweat a lot more. You don't find that you need to eat as much. I hope will help me, yeah.
Well, I can tell you just one bit of advice: the older you get, the harder it is to keep it off.
Everyone keeps telling me that, you know, and I've been struggling since I got back, and everyone's like, oh, you know, maybe you're getting a bit older, and I'm like, no, it's not that, no.
Well, Jessica, thanks for being on the show, and hopefully we can have you on a lot more during the course.
Love to, absolutely. Thanks very much, Jesse.
Oh, there, it was great catching up with Jessica there. She's a lovely girl and hopefully she'll be on the show in the next week. Now we're going to look at race 6. Brad, tricky sort of race again.
It is, good race. Some really handy 3-year-olds here. Fast and Rocking, Bull Point and Prince Arata will dominate betting. Just not sure about Prince Arata, Jess. Spruik horse, I must say, I'm speaking through my pocket, mind you, like all good punters. Geez, I thought he was disappointing in the Caulfield Guineas, just didn't go, never got into it. Bull Point was great in the Golden Rose, just came from nowhere to run third behind the great Zoo Star. And Fast and Rocking's, he's a funny horse, but he does like Caulfield. So look, I have to pick one of them. I'm gonna go with Fast and Rocking, notwithstanding he has to give the other couple a kilo and a half. So I'm going to stick with him. Fast and Rocking from Bull Point. Prince Arata might embarrass me and just blow them away, but that's fine. I can deal with that. And for fourth, Mongstar. He's not a bad horse, number 6, but I think 1-4-5-6.
What sort of price we looking, Prince Arata?
Prince Arata. Well, it just depends whether people drop off after the Guineas, but I reckon around about the $3 mark. I think he'll go to the post the favourite.
Yeah, no, I myself, I like Prince Arata. I think he's the horse. I'm going to stick with the gun. Every horse can just run a bad race. But generally not good champions, as Black Caviar we've seen. But I do think Prince Arata's the horse to beat. I got him on top from Bull Point, as you mentioned, Fast and Rocking, and number 3, Resistant. We were just talking before that Caulfield can bring some horses undone, and maybe. Larry, you've ridden at Caulfield. What's it like? What sort of track is it like to ride at?
Well, look, sometimes you get the Sydney horses get down there, and if they don't get round that home turn, they're in all sorts of trouble, and it's certainly brought some champions undone. Caulfield first time round there. You just start turning, and you turn for about 200 metres, maybe slightly less than that, but it's just a sweeping turn and a continued turn, and if you don't start to get round it, you don't get round it at all.
Well, we're going to touch on that with Layback Larry in the last, but as well we'll get into race 7. Now we're going to just back to the track where I caught up with David Kelly here. We talk about one of his runners here at on the weekend up Brisbane. Well worth having a few dollars on. Here we are with Dave Kelly.
I'm I'm joined by a regular trainer on the show, Dave Kelly, and welcome, Dave.
Hey Jesse, how you going, mate?
Mate, it's always a bit early for me to be down here.
Yeah, early bird catches the worm.
Our Fly King, he's shown, he was on the show about 6 weeks ago. We did take note of him. He's gone on to go on right on with the show.
Yeah, he won 3 straight. He went from a maiden Class 1 and then he took on the open handicapped 3-year-olds and won really well here.
What's the future for him?
We gave him 4 weeks off in the paddock and he'll come back in. It'll give me 12 weeks to get him ready for the Gold Coast Guineas over 1200.
And then, are there any longer plans for him? Do you think he'll get over a bit of ground, or are you going to keep him to a certain distance?
Next time in I might try and stretch him to 1400 and just see how he goes, and then if he goes that alright I might stretch him to a mile. He's bred to get a mile, but we'll just one stage at a time.
How are you finding the breed handling the Australian conditions?
Yeah, they're great horses. The trainer got 3 of them. They're all really good doers. Give them whatever work you want and they cop it. So, yeah, can't say enough about the Ekras. They're all going good.
Now, also on the Magic Millions race day, they came up with a strike rate of trainers around the country. You didn't fare too bad.
Yeah, no, we're running second there. I think John Hawkes was the only one that had a strike rate better than me. So things are going good at the moment.
So you must have a quid in the pocket.
We try to.
Now, more importantly, on Saturday, you've got High Sun running around. He looks to be almost primed for this race.
Yeah, he won at Doomben and then he was unlucky here in an 1800 metre race 2 weeks later, and then I backed him up a week after that and he sort of run a bit ordinary. But I've gave him 3 weeks between runs, put a tongue tie on him. So we're going to step him up to 2100 this Saturday and I think he should run good.
All right, Dave, and overall, just how's the camp going with the horses?
Yeah, good. We got 3 nice yearlings out of the Magic Million sale, so we're just starting to syndicate them out. Things are going really good.
And if trainers want to send one up north and send them to you, what's the best way to get in contact, either through the show or through you?
Yeah, just through the show or jump on www.davidkellyracing.com, your website. It's got phone numbers and all that on there.
All right, Dave, thanks for being on and talk to you soon.
Thanks, mate.
Interesting there, talking with Dave Kelly, and the second best strike rate in the country, only behind John Hawkes. So he's obviously doing something right there with High Sun. Ricky Jamieson in the saddle. Hopefully she won't cover as much ground as she did at the Gold Coast. I mean, you thought we'd changed her name to Burke and Wills.
Yeah, look, she was unlucky, Jess, down at the Gold Coast, and definitely a forgive run.
Yeah, definitely. So I think I'm going to have something on him at decent, it'd be short, but it'd be hopefully very sweet. Now race 7 at Caulfield, Brad. Main event, what do you like?
1,000 metres speed to burn, as one would anticipate. Geez, Lord of the Sky was good last time. I know that he didn't beat the calibre horse that's lining up in race 7 this Saturday, but he won by 6.5. And he ran 57.12. He could have busted 57 around Caulfield. That's no mean feat. I'll stick with him, notwithstanding he's going to be super short. African Pulse for Mike Moroney at 11 starts. And look, he's a very good galloper at his best, but clearly he's got a few issues. He's a 5-year-old stallion with 11 starts, 5 wins, so he's good, he's a winner. Shamal Win, 3 from 3 first up, this is her go. Just, I was reluctant to put her on top, Jess. She's drawn barrier number 13.
I know.
So she goes in for 3rd and for 4th Admantium. So once again, quite keen on the favourite here. 12 to beat 5, 6 and 4 in race number 7.
Now, you mentioned Shamal Win there. I have put it on top. I mean, barrier 13 is the query. I think on its best form, it wins the race. Robert Smurden, Ryan Maloney. Barrier 13 is the query. But first up, this horse has brilliant first up form, and I do like it. I'm going to take the gamble. I'm putting her on top. As you mentioned, African Pulse. He's probably the knockout horse, I reckon. Barrier 3, D. Oliver, Mike Moroney. There's a lot going for it. I'll be having something each way on it all the same. 10 Kiss a Rose and 7 Excel Arada. But I like number 5, Shamal Wind, on top from African Pulse. Be a good Quinella. All right, now we're going to go to a break, and after the break we're going to be talking sports, looking at the prices, and as well, we'll find you a winner in the last. All right, now it's that time of the show where it's sports talk. Bragg, the Big Bash League. How we going? Who we looking? Melbourne Stars versus the Hobart Hurricanes, 4th of February. What price?
Yeah, Stars super short to beat the Hurricanes and ditto for the Sixers to beat the Scorchers. So at this stage, the favourite combination for the grand final in a little over a week's time is the Stars up against the Sixers.
Yeah.
And because they're on top, they'll end up hosting. But at the moment, the market order to win the Big Bash, BBL number 3, is Stars, Sixers, Hurricanes, Scorchers. Prices $2.25, $3.85, $5 and $5. At this point, it would take a very game person to tip against the Stars.
Oh, you couldn't tip against them. You'd have to be mad.
I mean, how? How? I asked the question. They're just so good. They've got a lot of depth. They're very good.
Yeah, no, Melbourne Stars on top, $2.25. Looks to be quite a good price.
It does.
I might get on the app and take that price after the show.
Tats.com.
There you are. Go to tats.com for the best prices in town. Now, the Auckland Nines, how are we looking?
Tricky market to price because this is the first time it's happened. Look, the Warriors play the sort of football you would think would be suited to the Nines. Very ad lib, ad hoc, very athletic, the Polynesians. They're the favourites at $6 and being well found. Penrith have also been well found at $8. And the Bunnies close out the top 3 at $9. So at the moment it's 6, 8, 9. Warriors, Panthers and South Sydney.
Maybe that was the whole reason South purchased Lottie Takiri was for the Auckland
to win
Nines.
The Nines. Put the money in the can.
Larry, do you follow the rugby at all?
I'll certainly be following the Warriors.
Yeah?
Yes.
All
Got to stick with me, my hometown.
All right, the Warriors. What price the Warriors?
$6.
$6. So there you go, $6.
Best thing is it's hometown advantage too. Massive.
Massive. It is. Now one other thing, the soccer, the A League. How are we looking there?
Yeah, look, the Roar are low flying at the moment.
They are.
They're very good at $2.60. Western Sydney are closest in the market with TatsBet 4, then the Mariners Victory, and Adelaide at 7, 10 and 10. So at the moment, clear-cut favourites, the Roar to win the A League at $2.60.
Yeah, no, I like the Roar. Melbourne Victory, they're under the pump now with their coach. It'll be interesting to see what happens there. All right, now let's get back to the last leg of the quaddie. Laid back, Larry, what price?
Yeah, he'll go around about 6 to 4 in the old terminology,
Yep.
250, 260, 270. Very good in Sydney. Little test here, drawn wide, 2,000 metres. There's a hill, and the turn's a bit tricky at Caulfield.
Yeah.
So if he's as good as people think he is, he can overcome all of those little obstacles put in his way. But I'm just going to go for He's Your Man. He's an import with Chris Waller. He's had the 2 runs back in. Thought he probably should have done a little better and got a little closer to error set, notwithstanding at the value. He's Your Man, Laid Back Larry for second, Prince of Penzance, wouldn't be surprised if he beat both of them. And for fourth, Old Ethiopia. He's not old, he seems to be in around a while. He's only had the 15 starts, but look, his class will take him a long way.
Definitely.
So 8, 12, 13 and 1 in the quaddie closer.
Yeah, Laid Back Larry. Myself, I like Laid Back Larry. I think he's very hard to beat. How laid back will you be over the operation
Yeah,
time?
so I'll be very laid back. So definitely laid back, Larry. Could be the omen tip of the week.
I think it's the omen tip of the week. I just think it's one hell of an omen, and laid back Larry. You're going to be laid back. He's going to be laid back, and we're going to be very laid back after he gets the chocolate. So I've got Laid Back Larry on top. Remember 6 to 4 tatsbet.com for the best price in town. From number 8, Here's Your Man, 1 Ethiopia. The class horse in the race, big weight, big ass. He's sort of got to find it. If he does find his form, he'll be there. And number 3, God Has Spoken. But number 2, Laid Back Larry, best bet on the program and the omen of the week. Now, we're going to take a look at the final burger challenge where we were at eating off the wall. Larry, where was it at? Again, I always get it
over
wrong.
Wellington Point on the south side of
All
Brisbane.
right. There we are, Wellington Point, eating the hottest burger in the world. Here we are with the last show on the burger challenge in Punters Pain.
All right, you ready? Clucks up. Let's do this. My face was getting like red and hot, just tingling around the mouth and around the nose. I feel really happy that I finished the burger and completed the challenge and had my name written in the book. I was quite happy I beat Jesse and just humiliated him. Dan the idiot got me the worst flavour. I really hate banana. That's brutal. Oh, it's banana! Oh!
Is that amazing?
Don't like banana?
Oh no!
I'm banana!
Oh, yeah.
What's worse, the burger or the palate?
You can't finish the pedal, Bob.
Right now I'm feeling a little bit better, still a bit of tingling around my mouth. Getting calm. Feels alright in the stomach at the moment.
Well, there you have it there, the final of the Burger Challenge. Big Richard didn't like the banana.
No, well, he never moaned once while he was eating the burger, but once he got probably the only thing that soothed the pain in your mouth, he whinged about it. Yeah, very funny.
Brad, would you take on the challenge?
If there's a banana ice cream, I'm there. I love it. Rush Richard, I'm in. I'm in.
I agree, I'm a fan of the banana, 100%, big fan. I'm not sure. But now, all right, Brad, the best bet on the program, what are you coming up with?
Geez, you put me on the spot here. I'm going to have something on Fast and Rocking first up.
All right, Larry, if you were to ride one, what would you be riding at the program?
Well, I've always wanted to ride a horse with Larry in it. Like there used to be a good horse a while back. Larry's never late, and I sort of pride myself on never being late, but I never got to have a ride him. So it would have to be laid back Larry. I'd love to have a ride on that horse one day.
Yeah, no, it looks to be very hard to beat, and at 6-4 at tatsbet.com is a good price. Now, remember, go to the website where www.blinkersoff.com.au, and also you can go on to Twitter, blinkersoff88, and follow all our tweets, and also send us an email, studio@blinkersoff.com.au. Now we've got question of the week. Now, you've got to be very switched on here. We're going to give away 4 $50 accounts to all new account holders. So if you send us an email, go on the website, we've got question here, where the correct answer, we'll give away this. What year did the TAB open in Queensland? I want the year and the month. So there you have it. And you'll be in the running to win a $50 account. So remember, send us an email, studio@blinkersoff.com.au, care of tatsbet.com. Now, Brad, thanks for joining us.
If it helps, just a quick tip. We had our big anniversary for Tatsbet, which has morphed from Queensland TAB into Tatsbet a couple of years ago. So if that helps, it happened a couple of years ago. So no, it's been an absolute blast. Thanks for having me.
Well, it's a pleasure having you on the show, and we'll be back for the Winter Carnival.
Absolutely.
Now, Larry, laid back Larry, mate, I hope you recover well.
Yep, thanks, Jess. The Omen tip of the week, laid back Larry, because that's what I'll be doing all week.
I think that's an absolute lay down there. Well, there you have it. Thanks, Brad.
Thanks.
Thanks, Larry.
Yes.
All right, there you have it. Thank you, and join us next week. And remember, go to tatsbet.com or download the app where you can also take the Quick Pick Lotto, the best app in the business. I'm Jesse McDonald. Thanks for joining us. Join us next week, same place, same time. Bye for now.